If you're from my previous video, you're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're new, you're welcome. Please make sure to watch at least some of my previous videos to catch or get a context of what we are doing here. So what we have here is, guys, this fillet pained me. It pained me, sha. But I was already late. I was like from the market and I didn't buy meat because I had already cut cuts of meat in the freezer that I want to first finish before stocking up on more meat. So I just cut half and then decided to use this one. But of course, the fancy people are going to be mad. But let me tell you what, it slapped. It delivered. Anyways, today is the weekend. So we're going to be having a good local meal made at home by yours truly. And you know, when I cook, I put my heart to it. So I'm going to go the traditional way. I'm making my pot for making the food, which is going to be matoke. You've already seen this video all over. I have about 3 or 2 videos on my page which are doing so well. I hope this one also takes off. Yeah, immediately. YouTube, please. Okay. This is like one of those traditional meals we used to make on Sundays, but the only difference is we never used to make beef in the box. But someone has been asking me for this recipe, so I decided to do it since I was going to do it at home anyways. We used to cook ours in a pot and my pot broke, so I haven't bought another one. I think when I go to the market I'll buy another pot. So we put in our bananas. This time around we're not pre-boiling them because you know how to do better, right? I got some backlash from the other video, but really it was for the people who do not know your tradition, okay? And anytime you see something on the internet that doesn't sit well with you, I promise you are not the target. I promise you are not the target audience they were talking to. Move on, okay? Anyways, cover your matoke and make sure the top is flat so that the box can be able to sit on it without tilting, because it's not rice. It's not going to raise and so solidify. It's going to stay liquid. So our matoke goes on the side and back to our beef, which is good and grilling, and the fact that it's just plain fillet, it's going to a bit toughen up. This is plain and dry heat. It was not marinated, and yeah, that's it. It's going to come out. It did come out perfectly. These are some of the vegetables that we're going to be using and the box where we're going to be making our beef from. So go on ahead and prep your vegetables, chop the onions, whatever you want to put in, garlic, spring onions, anything. You can see the potatoes, the peas, the carrots are already cut, so go on and cut the rest. Sharon was my camera person and she kept on telling me, yo, if you want a camera person, you can upgrade me, you know? Anyways, the water on the stove is going to be making some posho because my husband is not a big fan of matoke and we cannot be cooking 3 dishes. So everything is going to go on fire at once. The prep time is a bit longer, but it's worth it. So you can peel your tomatoes if you want, but I just didn't remember to peel them, I think. But you can peel them, you can grate them if you want a finer texture, and you can put everything in together. Now guys, if you've watched up until this time, if you've watched this far, I am going to beg you, please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You help me grow, you help me reach other people. YouTube thinks that actually people are watching these videos and they like them, so they recommend them for other people, and that way I get to grow, I get to get more eyeballs on my content, and I make some little cash, okay? Yeah, you'd wish me that at least. You're not that jealous, right? Thank you so much. And then if you also want to make me some little bit of money, please make sure to watch the ads. Tap on them. At least 20 seconds of your day does not cost you a lot if you wish me that much. And that's it. Thank you so much for hearing my pleading. But anyways, we'll still create. I'm going to cook the other vegetables, like not pre-cook, but like make sure that tomatoes have loosened up and it's more like a sauce by the time I make it or mix it with my meat. So this is beef cubes I'm getting out of the fillet that we just grilled on the charcoal stove. It did not loosen up that much, but it was soft and tender, and okay, it wasn't just falling off. I think I didn't cook it maybe for a whole day because that pan went on fire for at least 3 hours, but it was nice, fragrant, and good. We're going to be using some sesame oil, and we fry our vegetables. Go in with onions. If you have garlic, also put it in. We don't want to burn these ones. We just want to, create the flavor. We want them to hit that hot pan and then loosen up and give us this aroma, and then we are good to go. Add in the tomatoes. You can already said you can grate these to reduce the surface area, and that way they are easy to loosen up and give you a stew, or you can just put them directly in there. So I'm just going to season this with some little bit of salt and cover and let that steam cook down the tomatoes just like this. You can add in a little bit of sugar. It's not in our cooking, but a little bit if tomatoes give you some acidity or some reflux or some GI upsets, whatever I'm saying. These are carrots, potatoes, bell peppers, and some green peas that go in all together. And then I'm just going to mix, and I'll be seasoning with Simba. Simbambili is a local curry powder that is a mixture of so many others. So it's a curry powder. If you have curry powder, please go ahead and use it. But me, I used Simbambili because man, this is significant of traditional cooking. In my language, or in my village rather, you will not find a lot of people using like so many different or separate spices, coriander alone, cumin alone, paprika alone. No, they buy Simbambili because it already has everything. So transfer everything into the box and pass some little bit of water in that pan, because when the steam hits this pan, the tomatoes are already juicy. They are going to let go. The potatoes are going to let go of their juices. So you don't need a lot of water, or else you're going to end up with a watery sauce. So pass in very little and then mix it up. Make sure to check the seasoning, which is salt. You can add in some little bit of black pepper if you want, but I don't think I did. And make sure you check the salt at this stage. If it's not too much, please add in. Remember, potatoes are going to suck some salt up, so you need to put in enough. So we're going to cover this, and the posho was mingled. I didn't show you that. I already have a video on here on how to make that, so if you haven't watched it, please go ahead and check my description box. I'm gonna leave the link for that one down below. And you need some little bit of skin and stand up. I know my grandmother would ask me, or Gatarahi, where is the saucepan moving on the tiles? But yo, we're improvising, we're in Kampala. We can't be bringing our village kitchens here, but we try to make those memories live with us for as long as we can. So use your banana leaves and cover the pan, making sure the dish or the box in the middle is not tilting or shaking on the side, because there's a possibility you can just tilt it and all the sauce is pouring. So we're going to go on with another layer. In Kampala, banana leaves are really expensive, so you don't expect me to use like 15 like I would do if I were in the village. So these ones are like one size and can't cover, so I'm just going to make a small slit in the middle just to make it go both sides easily without pulling back up. Yeah, to all the new wives, you're welcome. You're welcome. The guys who grew up in towns who do not know how to do these things, you can always call for help. No, I will not come to cook for you, but I will teach you how to. So here's a video that's going to be doing that for you. Make sure to share it with your friends and spread the word, guys. We need as many eyeballs this year on this channel as possible. So thank you for being kind and contributing to this growth and humble beginnings and this huge dream of a small village girl trying to make it in a city that she has never been. Anyways, put it on the charcoal stove and cook this for at least 2 hours. At least 2 hours, guys. The beef was already like halfway done. The vegetables don't take that long, but you do not want to rush this. This went for about 3 hours or so, and we had a blast. So I asked Sharon to do this since the sun had already gone down, almost gone down. This was around 4 p.m, 4:30. I asked her to, remove this. I had already kunyigad the food, I think. We just remove and go and serve. Or you can just mash the matoke and put it back. Look at this. It's all steamed perfectly well. It looks so good. The potatoes didn't mash. They are cooked to perfection. The beef is nice and tender. The aroma, Simbambili is the king. Anyways, we had a small picnic at our balcony and enjoyed the meal. I hope you watched this far, and if you did, please say hi in the comment section. Let me see who watched up to this far. I have all these recipes on my channel, by the way, and I'll be seeing you soon in my next videos. Bye.